Sometimes the person we give more importance to than ourselves is the very one who leaves us. And then, even if we don't want to, we start breaking and destroying ourselves. One question keeps spinning in our mind: what should I do so that they miss me and come back on their own? But the real truth is, we don't know what to do so that they don't just think about you. Instead, start looking for excuses to talk to you themselves. In today's video, I will tell you 6 Stoic methods which, if you apply them in your life, will make them start noticing you again on their own. The person you lost will want you back. Yes, friends, this is possible because Stoicism teaches how to make someone feel your absence without saying anything, without showing anything. So let's begin today's video. First method: learn to control yourself, not them. When someone leaves us, all our attention goes toward that person. We keep thinking, what are they doing now? Who are they talking to? Why did they leave me? And in these thoughts, we slowly lose ourselves. But the first lesson of Stoicism is this: you cannot control the world, you can only control your reaction. That means if you want someone to miss you, first you must calm the storm inside you. The Stoic philosophers who lived hundreds of years ago said that the person who can own their emotions can rule the entire world. This is your greatest weapon. When they left you, they thought you would break down. But if you turn that breaking point into your strength, if you silently start working on yourself, then that day will become the most painful day of their life. Because people suffer the most when the one they thought was weak suddenly becomes strong. Stoic philosophy says, don't react, respond. That means don't try to reply to every action of theirs. Instead, respond through your behavior, your calmness, and your growth. The more they ignore you, the calmer you stay, because this silence is the loudest sound. One day, when they see that you are happy even without them, that there is no complaint inside you, that you are the same but calmer and more confident, only then will they understand what they lost. Stoicism does not mean becoming cold-hearted. Rather, it means understanding that your emotions are your weapons and you cannot hand them over to someone else. When you learn to endure your pain silently, even if your face looks calm, the strength inside you becomes powerful enough to shake the world. And from that very moment, the universe starts working in your favor. The person who left you now slowly begins to realize that you are no longer under their control. And that is where the memories begin. Those memories that don't let them rest even during the day, because you are no longer the same as you were when they left you. Second method: take back your power and invest it in yourself. When someone leaves your life, it's not just a person that leaves. You lose a huge amount of energy. The energy you spend every day thinking about them, remembering them, and trying to get them back. Stoicism says spending energy on what is not under your control is the easiest way to make yourself weak. Think about it. Does someone who no longer cares about you deserve every thought and restlessness of yours? No. They cannot extinguish the fire inside you because they have already left your path. And if you are still staring at the same path, you will never reach a new destination. Stoic philosophers say, turn your pain into fuel. That means the energy you are spending today remembering them, spend it on your growth. Every minute you waste thinking about them, use it to work on yourself. Learn new skills, read books, or build a new identity. When you start doing this, something begins to change, not just outside, but inside as well. A new calmness appears on your face. A certain steadiness is seen in your eyes. A strange power awakens in your silence. And right then, the universe turns in your favor. The person who once thought you were insignificant becomes shocked seeing your transformed self. They start thinking,
Is this the same person who used to be crazy about me? How did they become so calm, so strong? Remember, no one will miss you until you make them realize that your attention is no longer only on them, but also on yourself. When you invest in yourself, your energy becomes like a magnet. People start getting attracted to you, even the one you lost. This is the Stoic wisdom that teaches the one who can reclaim their power within themselves can change the outer world. Third method, make silence your strength, not a weapon. When someone leaves you, your first urge is to say something to them, to show your pain, to explain how badly they broke you. But this is where most people lose. Stoicism says the more you speak, the less you hear. And the person who stops listening to their own mind starts living by others' opinions. Your silence is not weakness, it is your strongest shield. Because when you stop responding, the other person gets tangled in their own words. Your absence plants a question in their mind. Does nothing affect them anymore? And this is exactly where the painful memories begin. They stop suffering from your words and start suffering from your calmness. Stoic mindset says, when someone provokes you, don't lose control. Everyone wants the other person to break down, cry, and chase after them when they leave, because it feeds their ego. But when you stay silent and say nothing, their entire game collapses. They see no reaction on your face, no complaints, no arguments, and that's when something stings inside them. Because people remember someone the most when they tried to break them but couldn't. Stoic philosophers say words disappear into the air, but silence echoes deep into the soul. That means what you can say through silence cannot be said through any words. When you learn to stay calm, a kind of precision enters your every step. Your face is no longer driven by emotion, but by wisdom. And this power can shake someone to their core. Remember, silence does not mean defeat. It is the state where you are busy winning yourself. And when a Stoic person lets go, they do so for their peace, not for their ego.
Fourth method, let go of the person you lost, but not your self-respect. Many times we love someone so deeply that losing them feels like losing ourselves. We break from the inside. But Stoicism teaches that clinging to what is not under your control only increases pain. It brings no solution. They have left, and every day you think maybe one day they will come back. Maybe one day they will realize how genuine you were. But this hope is what weakens you from within. Stoic thinking says it is natural to feel pain when someone leaves, but drowning in that pain is an insult to your soul. If you truly want them to remember you, you must value your self-respect more than the pain of their departure, because memories return only where there was once respect. If you make yourself small, one day even your name will fade from their memory. Inside every person are two voices, one of the heart that says stop them, and one of the soul that says let them go so you can find yourself. Stoicism teaches us to listen to the second voice, because bringing back a lost relationship is not the real victory. Bringing back your own existence after the loss is. When you do not abandon your self-respect and remain firm in your values, one day the person who once took you lightly begins to burn in your silent dignity. They can't understand how you became so steady, why there is no storm inside you anymore. Stoic philosophers say your reaction determines whether you are a slave or a king. If you don't let your pain control you, you have already won. This is the greatest counterattack, because then they realize the person they left is no longer the same, no longer chasing anyone, because they now know their worth. So let them go,
but never let go of your self-respect. Because when a Stoic person stands for themselves, the whole world watches, even the one who once walked away. Fifth method: don't prove yourself, improve yourself. When someone leaves you, a fire ignites inside. You want to show them, to prove that they were wrong. And in trying to prove it, we make the same mistake every broken person makes. We don't truly change, we just try to show that we've changed. Stoicism says the one who tries to prove themselves is still under someone else's control. Because when you think, I must show that I am happy, successful, strong, you are still revolving around them. The difference is, earlier you lived to get them, now you live to make them regret. But a true Stoic shows nothing, they simply become. Every step is calm, every progress is steady, and this steadiness makes others restless. When they see that you are working not to prove something to them, but for yourself, they realize you are no longer the same person they once left. You are now free of the need for their validation. This is the true beauty of Stoicism. A person becomes most attractive when they stop trying to impress anyone. They shine through their qualities, their work, and their restraint. Improve a little every day. Your habits, your thoughts, your behavior, not to show anyone, but so that when you look at your reflection, you never feel ashamed. And at that very moment, the universe opens paths for you. Because your strength is no longer for anyone else, it is devoted to your own growth. This is what revives old memories, because they see you no longer seek their approval. You have become valuable on your own. Stoic philosophers say the quietest way to make someone regret is to become the best version of yourself. So if they have left, don't erase them. Turn their departure into the reason for your growth, because Stoicism teaches that every loss is an opportunity for a new beginning.
Sixth method: love but let go. Only then do memories return. When we become deeply attached to someone, the fear of losing them slowly consumes us. This fear makes us weak. We start watching their every move, searching for meaning in every word, looking for signs in every silence. But Stoicism says, your pain does not come from someone leaving, it comes from the attachment you tied to them. They were a part of your life, not the center of your existence. When you understand this, the world suddenly feels lighter. Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength comes when you can love something or someone and still let go. Not because it doesn't matter to you, but because you are no longer a slave to your emotions. Think about it. When they left, they thought you would collapse without them. But if you turn that brokenness into strength, that incompleteness becomes your greatest attraction. Because people always remember the one who learns to live well even without them. No matter how hard they try to forget you, your calm face, steady mind, and confidence will keep returning to their thoughts. Stoic philosophy says, love someone in such a way that even if they leave, your soul remains at peace. Love should not break you, it should deepen you. Detachment does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming so aware that you understand who is within your control and who is not. When you let someone go without hatred, that letting go turns into a lesson. They see that you didn't seek revenge, didn't pretend to ignore them, you simply moved forward. And this is where their restlessness begins. Because people remember the most when the one they left is no longer someone easy to remember. So friends, by now you surely understand the only way to make someone miss you is to stop losing yourself and start finding yourself again. Stoicism teaches that true revenge is not crying, not showing, it is burning quietly, making them understand without saying a word, I am no longer the person who feared losing you. If you learned something from this video, then write just one line in the comments below. Now I will find myself again. because every comment helps this video reach those who are still trapped in the web of their memories. And if you truly want to find yourself again, subscribe to your Cosmic Wisdom X channel, because here we learn how to bring our emotions under our own control. And remember, they will think of you only when you learn to remember yourself.